and the other stores in this area. Natural food stores for sure are a good place to go originally. Food co-ops, things like that. And talk to the produce workers and say, do you throw out any food? We're going to serve every Saturday. We'd like to come by on Thursdays and Fridays and pick up what you have and to feed the hungry. And that's how, and now in the bigger cities, like we do a thing called skipping, which is just the same thing. It's the British term for it. And we go to Covington Gardens, which is this huge, giant warehouse area with like hundreds and hundreds of produce delivery, warehouses. And what happens there is the little trucks will then go out to the grocery stores and then give them the produce that then the local store owners put on their shelves. So we get it there first, which is really fresh, and we can fill a whole truck full of food there. And we do that also like at the bazaar in Istanbul. We do that at the bazaar in downtown Tel Aviv. There's like these kind of things all over the world. And then, but then like in Blacksburg, you would do it like at just all the little grocery stores around town. Tell them. Now, if they resist, sometimes you need a IRS letter, and we can provide you with an IRS letter for that purpose. That's really kind of, you just something to show them that so they can get a tax write-off. But that's like letter is limited only to that, not to like raising money. Then the other thing is that you can get and go to bagel places and pastry shops. Sometimes there's food manufacturing companies. So now the other thing is it's all vegetarian and actually vegan meals, but we didn't call it vegan when we wrote the cookbook. That term hadn't really become a popular term yet. So basically what that means is the food has definitely what we give away has no meat, but it might have butter in the pastries or something like that, right? So we don't know exactly totally, but we know that it's not meat. What we cook is vegan, so there's no animal products whatsoever, and at least enough of the dishes that we're handing out that a vegan would be really happy eating with us. So that's always the case. Now there's a bunch of reasons for this. The first was to be respectful, if we're not going to be violent towards one another, we certainly weren't going to be violent towards animals. And so we were against killing and harming animals and the whole industry of how they deal with like, factory farming and all those things. And then the other thing, another idea is that we want to be environmental, because you can feed a lot more people on a lot less land if the food is vegetarian. So originally we're trying to get people to realize that vegetarian food was really tasty and great, and then that was part of our project. The other project was to connect all the different movements. So we wanted to connect animal rights and anti-vivisection and vegetarianism and diet and lifestyle with anti-militarism, with the environmental causes. When in the beginning I was going like to the Committee in Solidarity with the People of El Salvador meeting on Tuesday, and then right after that I had to go to the anti-draft meeting. Then I had to go to the anti-nuclear weapons meeting, Mobilization for Survival. Then I was running down to Clamshell for the anti-nuclear power meeting. Then I had to go down to the meeting against, the war in Guatemala. And then, it was like crazy. So why not do it all in one central place and support all causes? And the first year we did an action where we're against the Soviet invasion of Poland. That threw people for a loop. They thought, we thought you were communists. Why are you against the Soviet invasion of Poland? So it's kind of funny. So anyway, and then the other thing is it's easy, vegetarian food and vegan food, we want this something that a homeless person could actually organize this event themselves. So we don't want a situation where you have to get like a steam tables and access to electricity and having refrigeration and all that. So that way, if we keep it all vegan and vegetarian, we can make sure that everybody is safe, that no one is going to get sick, and that we don't need to spend all this money to... Then health departments occasionally will be sent in to harass us, but then when we point out, we get the food, we cook it, we take it out, and we serve it, and we usually serve it within a couple of hours. The law is 4 hours, that the temperature has to be, after 4 hours you're supposed to throw it away. The reality is we really serve the food within a couple of 2 hours or hour and a half. So we're never really in a conflict with the temperature and time issue. And so but also we don't want to be making someone sick. We're trying to help the world, not, you know, poison ourselves and low-income people, you know. So those are some of the many reasons that we do it that way. And it's been really successful. Like now there's at least 1,000 groups in the world, maybe more. And today there'll be people all over the world. There's people right now cooking all over the world in every continent except for us, Antarctica. And and many of us are going out with birthday cakes to hand out vegan birthday cakes in celebration of our birthday. Yeah, because this is our birthday. Yeah. Cool. Any more questions? Or?
I just want to thank you for being so brave, you and your partners, your friends.
Thanks.
Being such an inspiration.
Great.
So thank you so much.
Excellent. If anybody wants to start a group or connect with a group, our main project besides the Saturday meal on Taos Plaza is helping groups get started. And I speak at colleges. That's like super helpful. That's another way our office raises its money is honorariums at speaking at universities. So if you know any students or professors, and I try to do like a fall and a spring semester tours, and I'd be really excited to do that. So that'd be really fun. Yes?
You do anything with organized foraging?
Yeah, there is some communities do that where we both gleaning off of farms and then getting wild foods. Yeah, that can be done in some more rural communities. Yeah.
You still have food bombs in New Orleans?
Yep, there's a New Orleans food bombs. We had a tragic experience after the hurricane. We had like huge numbers of volunteers down there, but our main coordinator was Helen Hill. And somebody knocked on her door at about 2 in the morning one morning, yelling and screaming. She opened the door, and the guy shot her with several times and killed her and injured her husband Paul. But so there was kind of a little break there for a while, and when she was killed, people were quite depressed. But now it's restarted again, and it's actually run by a woman, Sarah, from Tulane, and some of her friends are kind of like the people that organize that. So it's still actively going now. Yes.
Kathy and I are with the Wheels of Justice Festival.
Oh, that's so cool.
Around the country and so forth. This fall, actually, we're starting in Madison, Wisconsin, heading south, first through Michigan and then south to Tennessee, Oklahoma. In previous tours, we were hosted locally by some Foods Not Bombs groups, and they were wonderful. And sometimes they even gave us food and other things and stuff like that, and we go around and help them also.
That's great.
In some local areas, but we've never done anything organized. I was wondering, maybe I can talk to you later separately about this, if we can do something more systematic along the route in terms of looking for groups of food not bombs and partnering with them.
That would be fantastic. That would be really great. Yeah, well, I think that kids would be really excited to do that, you know. Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, I would do that. Yeah, that sounds really good. That'd be really, really cool. And then we're also trying to organize this summer a tent city protest in front of the White House, and you all endorsed us endorsed that action, and we have a meeting. At the end of this conference, before the Pentagon meeting, we have a meeting at the Code Pink House in D.C. to plan that action. And we have a lot of enthusiastic people been emailing us and calling us to participate in that. So while there hasn't been a ton of publicity, there actually seems like a growing idea. And a part of it, that got started amongst Food Not Bombs kids, talking to the kids that did the Ukrainian action, you know. So that's another thing. But that would be great to go around with. Yeah, we could publicize. I think we do publicize your tour every time on our website, but we could definitely make it more of a big deal and really. And I think we could connect you with more Food Not Bombs chapters too than you actually get to. That'd be really fun. I'd love to do that. Yeah.
I don't actually have a question, Keith. I just want to let everybody know there is still more food, and if you've already had plenty to eat, rather than it going to waste or needing to be packed up, which would be really painful, take some with you. Adopt yourself as Food Not Bombs today. Bring it to somebody else. There was no breakfast available at the conference. There may be hungry people, and just go ahead and use that as an opportunity to meet somebody, talk with them, and bring them food to eat while you're at it. So please.
Cool. Yeah, is there any last comments? I'm happy to talk to people this in person, obviously, and share strawberries with you and stuff. Yeah.
That just reminded me, when we first started this, way back in 1980, we were collecting food, and we were really collecting food to eat for ourselves. So we didn't have to buy food and we could do more activism. But quite quickly, we were collecting so much, the food started mounting and mounting in our kitchen. We had more and more, and we didn't want to throw it away because we were collecting it so it wouldn't be wasted. So we developed a slogan, which was, "This is the revolution. We're eating as fast as we can." So that's what Pat just asked you to do, is eat the food. This is the revolution.
That's so cool. Thanks, everybody.
This is awesome.
Excellent. Yeah, you guys, that's fun.